Hey everybody, Hunting Bob here. Today we're going to talk about slip bobber and slip bobber fishing. Now bobber fishing goes back for eons, all the way back to where the Aborigine people would use carved bobbers out of balsam and other buoyant materials that they found in the woodlands. So today we're going to talk about slip bobber, how to apply a slip bobber, and how to fish with a slip bobber. Here is the basic items we'll need for our slip bobber fishing. We have a slip bobber knot. Here, we'll apply this to the line so that we can knot up the line so that we can keep our bobber from floating up too far. We got a sinker here to control our hook, to drop our hook down to the appropriate depth, and we also have a hook so we can catch fish. Of course, we have our slip bobber, which they call it a slip bobber because it's got two holes. I don't know if you can see that here. It's got two holes on each end where you apply your string all the way through, and I'll show you how to set that up here in a second. We'll be right back. Now this is your basic slip bobber setup. Basically, you take your fishing pole, you take your end of your line, find the end of the line here, you put on the slip bobber knot string, you put it through the hole and you pull it through all the way, get a plenty of line there. Then what you do is you pull out the plastic piece that's around the line like this, pull that out, make sure you throw that in the garbage. You take this and you grab both ends of this line. Grab both ends of this line, whatever color it is, orange, white, brown, whatever. It's usually some kind of fluorescent color, pink, orange, red, and you pull it nice and tight. You go ahead and just give that a good pull. You don't want to give that a really good pull. Go ahead and pull it nice and tight. What you want to do is you want to bite off or clip off these ends so they're nice and snug, you know, not too far. You don't want to leave too much extra on there, but you go ahead and cut those off. Okay, after you get that snipped off, it'll look something like this. Now, you don't want to pull that up your line a little bit. Just go ahead and pull it up your line a little bit so you get some extra line here. Now, this black thing, you can go ahead and pull that off, or it might be clear. They come in different colors. Sometimes they're clear, black, you know, whatever. Go ahead and pull that off the line and go ahead and discard that. Go ahead and throw that in the garbage. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your slip bobber now, and you're going to want to take your end of your line on your fishing pole and stick it in the hole of the top hole of your slip bobber. Now, your slip bobber generally will have, it'll be rounded at the top and more pointed at the bottom, and there'll be more a clear and plus a bigger hole at the bottom. That's how you'll know the up from down. You don't want it like this. That'll be upside down. You want it like this with the bright colors on the top and the darker colors toward the bottom. So you go ahead and stick that in the hole, the top hole, and just go ahead and thread it through. Just thread it through till it comes out the other side. Just keep threading it through. Just, you know, go ahead and just thread it through like this until you get it to the other side. Once you see the line coming through the other side, you go ahead and pull it out like this. And that's when you're going to want to put your sinker on to stop your slip bobber from falling off the end. Go ahead and open your split shot sinker up by pushing on these ends with your fingers, or they might be kind of tight, so you might want to push on it with a pair of pliers. Go ahead and put your split shot sinker onto your line just like this, so it looks like this. Squeeze it tight with a pair of pliers or your fingers. Usually, you know, a pair of pliers is what you'll need. Now, don't squeeze it too tight, but put it on there tight. Now, see, now this is how the slip bobber works. Now I'll show you this here. Now the slip bobber, see, you got your stopper up here. This is your stopper right here. So you got this stopper right there. Now when the slip bobber gets in the water, the bobber will float up the line, the water will push the bobber up the line, and it'll stop right there. It'll stop at that stopper and will make your depth the depth that you want it at. And that's how you put a slip bobber together on your fishing pole. Pretty simple stuff. You'll tie your hook on, put your hook on, bait it, and cast it out, and you'll be fine. You'll reel all the way in just like this. You'll cast out, and your slip bobber will float up your line, boom, hit that stopper, and you'll be set. You'll be fishing at the right depth. You can adjust your depth by, you want to fish shallower, just pull the knot down, your slip bobber knot down. You want to fish deeper, pull your slip bobber knot up. That's how you fish with a slip bobber knot. That's how you fish with a slip bobber. And that's how a slip bobber works. Floats right up and down the line.